The world's #1 pro, Paul Brady, is out. But fellow Irishman Tony Healy fights his way to the finals to face one of America's top players, Sean Lenning. This is the Simple Green U.S. Open of Handball. Hello everyone, this is Ben Thumb. Welcome to Fountain Valley, California for the most exciting handball event of the year. Join us as we meet some of the world's greatest athletes, men who have climbed to the top in this most challenging of extreme sports, and follow their battle for the U.S. Open Championship and a $25,000 first place prize. The Simple Green U.S. Open is handball's biggest payday, attracting the top handball players from around the world. The fans and players alike were shocked when defending champ Paul Brady of Ireland was upset in the quarterfinals. But by Sunday afternoon, two of the game's best players had battled their way through an ultra-tough field to reach the final. 30-year-old Tony Healy grew up in Ballydesmond, County Cork, Ireland. Born into handball, he's risen to the highest level of the sport, but so far has fallen just short of winning a major.
It's all personal, like really for me. I think it's goals that you set for yourself. It's obvious you're not in it for the money nor the fame, you know. It's a realization of striving for something that you know will give you a sense of satisfaction that will stay with you your whole life.
Healy's opponent, Sean Lenning of Seattle, Washington, also grew up in a handball family and quickly became one of the top young players in America. In last year's U.S. Open, he came just 1 point shy of defeating #1 ranked Paul Brady in the finals. Lenning is just 23 and one of the game's brightest stars.
There's a lot of cool people in handball. I enjoy it. I think my style comes from playing in Washington. There hasn't really been anybody that can give me a game for a long time, so when I'm playing guys, I just try and be creative, keep myself interested, so I think a lot of those have translated into my game that I use against top players.
A handball match consists of 2 games to 21 points and, if necessary, a tiebreaker to 11. With formalities out of the way, Healy got to work with precision and patience to gain an early lead. But Lenning used his power game to close the gap to 15-14, and that's when a couple of close calls in Healy's favor became a bit more than Lenning was willing to tolerate from the ref. As frustration set in, Healy pulled ahead to 20-14 to serve for the first game.
Here it is, 20. Game point serves 14 first game. Pretty nice return. That was a good serve from Tony. Sean Lenning has the setup off the back wall, goes for it and misses it. Tony wins the first game, 21-14.
Perhaps a little time to reflect for Tony Healy, the County Cork, Ireland native, who came a long way from handball's birthplace.
And all this around here is all our land. So this is home. And this house up here is the old farmhouse where we grew up. So this is the #1 handball court in the country, as far as I'm concerned. This is where I started to play handball, just up against the wall here. And it's good for reaction too. We'd play here, then a car would come and, you know, you'd run in off the road and start playing again. I also played a lot of football against the wall, and it was brilliant for just, you were obviously developing skills, but all we were just doing is playing and playing. When I couldn't get into the court down in the village, this is where I'd play. My cousin Danny as well just lives over the road, and the two of us just played all day, every day. It's a wonder the house is still standing at all. If I could come back here and play myself when I was 10 years old, I wouldn't stand a chance, like, because I had every, you know, I could play off these bits on the road, and I could play off that wall, that ditch, you know. I could play off it, you know. Maybe that's why my back wall shot leaves me down on occasion, because I'm waiting for it to hit the grass.
Game 2 saw Healy jump ahead, and it looked as though the match was quickly coming to an end. But just as he appeared on the ropes, Sean Lenning caught fire, blasting unreturnable shots and putting Healy on the defensive. Before long, Lenning had rallied to take the lead, 20-18.
And here's a serve. And Sean hits a crack and forces the tiebreaker. We are now going 3 and a chance at $25,000 in cash. One of these guys, whoever gets to 11 first, is going to win the big money.
A quick rest before the biggest game of their careers. The first player to reach 11 points will win the U.S. Open Championship and the $25,000 first prize. Welcome back to the Simple Green U.S. Open of Handball, where an 11-point tiebreaker will decide this year's champion.
Ball.
Doing more of a power serve. We haven't seen that at all this match. See if this is effective.
Beautiful fly kill there from Sean Lenning. Falling backwards, inside out right hand fly kill.
There's the first point of the tiebreaker. First person to 11 wins $25,000. 1 serve 0.
Sean Lenning looks really positive right now. Looks really comfortable in this situation.
That's a big setup from Sean Lenning. Tony doesn't make him pay there. Not there either.
Smart shot there from Tony. Big mistake there from Sean Lenning. Still early in this tiebreaker, but doesn't want to give Tony Healy the serve, particularly on a huge unforced error off the back wall.
Tony virtually served every single first serve in that second game as a overhand lob serve, now going down to the power serve here in the tiebreaker. Now back to that Z serve. Here's a setup down the middle. That ball ate up. Sean Lenning looked back for a bad bounce call from the referee, didn't get it. Wow, you hear the crowd totally disagreeing with that.
Looked like the right call. Tony actually held up there after he heard that ball as a replay. Could have easily retrieved that Sean Lenning diving get.
Wow, you hear the crowd.
That's why they call it the hot seat.
0 serves 1. You hear the gallery chirping at the referee, James Comstock here.
Great serve there. Great point there from Tony Healy. We've seen him slide that serve down the right side wall with a natural hop. That time came over it with a reverse. Caught Sean Lenning off balance.
1 serves 1.
Beautiful technique there from Tony Healy. As you can see in this replay, Tony pinned Sean on his left hip, almost like a box out in basketball, and shoots that ball straight down the right side wall. Took all the risk out of that shot.
Great chain of events right there. Small fist pump, too, from Tony Healy to cap that one off. The serve almost cracks out deep into that right side.
Sean does well just to get that ball back.
And then Tony Healy takes care of it up there in the front, hitting it 2 inches high off the front wall. 3-1 is the score here.
Looks like Tony's found a serve that works.
Well, it was a smart move from Tony. He went that full second game of doing that overhand lob. Now he changes over to this this power serve. This is the first time he's even tried this power serve in this whole match. And here it comes right in the tiebreaker. 3-1 is the score. You can see the score on the simple green scoreboard.
This will be a Z serve here from Tony Healy.
It's going to be a timeout here from Sean Lenning, and a smart call, too. 4 serves 1.
Nice return there from Sean Lenning. You don't see Sean go to that ceiling too often. A little bit fortunate there for Tony Healy. Actually fisted that ball, rolled his fist over at the contact of the ball, straightened that ball out down the right side wall. Just enough to keep it off that right side wall on the back wall.
5 serves 1. 6 points away from winning $25,000 in cash.
That ball close to cracking out.
That turned out to be sort of a defensive rally, and Sean was the first one to bite into taking something offensive, and he misses the shot by just a couple inches there in the front left corner.
It's interesting, Dave. Tony Healy leading 6-1 here in this tiebreaker. Sean Lenning led 7-1 last year in the tiebreaker. Went on to lose that tiebreaker to Paul Brady 11-10. So Sean certainly knows that he's not out of this game.
And we also saw some leads by Tony Healy versus Paul Brady at the Nationals this year, and they were erased when Paul Brady came back to win. And Tony Healy has that in the back of his mind. He needs to close these out. That was a nice serve right there. Let's watch this on the Simple Green instant replay.
Sean misplays that ball. Let that ball get a little bit too close to him. I'm surprised Sean missed that return.
7-1 is the score here.
Here's a pretty big setup.
Sean thought about it. Oh, and he barely gets that front corner there, Dave.
That's a miss hit there from Sean. You could hear it. He was aiming for that left corner, but that ball caught the bottom of his hand. Fortunately for Sean, that ball rolled out on the side out.
1 serve 7 is the score here. Sean Lenning needs to get a couple points to get back into this game.
I think he'd be happy with 10 points. Side out for Tony Healy. We'll get a good look at it here.
There's that patty cake shot from Tony, and it seems like the ball hit the ground and just took off. 7 serves 1. If this
Tony's going to ask for a slide ball here. It looked to me like that ball was past him. Here's a replay.
I don't know. I see this ball sliding right there.
Looked to me like that was a result of the spin that Sean Lenning put on that ball with his fist. Had Sean hit that ball with an open hand, that ball would have popped off that sidewall. James Comstock obviously saw the same thing.
And so did the line judges.
Tremendous one-wall pass there from Sean Lenning. Here's a great illustration of it. Beautiful serve, just about 1 inch past that short line.
Look at Sean here execute this.
Puts just enough reverse on that ball to get past Tony.
That instant replay brought to you by Simple Green. Second serve here. Sean has 2, Tony has 7. We're going to 11, and a chance at $25,000 in cash. Here's another replay. We're at the Los Caballeros Sports Village in Fountain Valley, California. 2 serve 7.
Tremendous return there from Tony.
Wow.
Very frustrating there for Sean. hit a couple of perfect shots there. Tony sprawling on the floor, diving to keep himself alive there in that point.
You see that Sean's down by 5 points as we take a quick look at this replay here. Let's watch this serve.
Great return there from Tony Healy. Maintained his level of gravity.
Beautiful dive get from Tony Healy.
We've seen Sean try that short hop with his left hand a number of times here. He's only rolled out one of those. He's missed about 6 of them.
Play being resumed now. 7-2 is the score. Tony Healy serving. Wow, look at that shot from Sean Lenning. Spins around with his left hand here.
That's a great shot there from Tony Healy. Thinks that he's neutralized Sean Lenning. Sean Lenning lets that ball come off the sidewall. Beautiful shot there from Sean Lenning.
Look at that serve. Sean didn't even try to get out of the way that time. He just stuck right in there. Sean Lenning has quite the reverse and natural on his serve, but we're seeing the big benders coming off of his natural. That's where he cuts underneath the ball here.
Tony read that shot perfectly. Sean went into that left corner. Tony anticipated. He ran up there. Had the point won had he not hit himself with that ball. Tried to just shovel that ball straight back down the right side wall. Ball came out, we'll see, just a little too much to the middle of the court and ended up hitting him.
Here's a great shot right here. And it really looked like Tony was hurt. He was laying down there for quite some time until he popped up.
You can see here he's got Sean out of position. He shovels that ball down the right wall. He earns the side out. Unfortunately for Tony, that ball hits him, and it's a point for Sean Lenning.
3-7. Oh, wow, look at that. Deep crack, Sean Lenning. Tony was all over that and still couldn't get a hand on it before it bounced twice. Now a timeout from Tony Healy. Tony Healy and Sean Lenning making their way back into the court after that timeout. Called by Tony Healy. He felt the momentum. Decided to put on the brakes and call a quick timeout. 4-7 here.
Smart shot there from Tony Healy. Sean actually tried to take that left side away from Tony, almost backed into him.
Tony Healy from Mallow, County Cork, Ireland, flying all the way over here to the United States to play in this pro stop. 7-4.
Tremendous anticipation there from Tony. Tony shot that ball from about 30 feet. Saw Sean diving in to re-kill it and watched Tony follow in his shot.
Tony Healy comes up here, and now he has the option of sliding that ball down the left wall right here, or he can pass Sean like he does right here to the right side. This telestrator brought to you by Simple Green. One more time, we have Tony Healy sliding in. He can either go down that left wall or do what he did right there and just punch that ball past Sean Lenning for the point. It's now 8-4. Tony Healy 3 points away from doing something that he's never done in America. Now it's a side out from Sean Lenning.
Tony Healy didn't make the adjustment on that ball right there. Sean Lenning threw about a 6-inch reverse on that return of serve.
4-8. A 4-point lead really isn't that bad considering the fact that Sean Lenning closed out the last game on a 14-2 run, so he certainly can score in bunches. Wow.
That's the shot Tony wants. Comes up just about an inch short there.
If Sean Lenning comes back and beats Tony Healy, that's a shot that Tony's going to look back on and shake his head at.
Well, that's why you try and build a lead, so a mistake like that doesn't necessarily end the match.
5 serves 8. Here's a big setup for Sean. Sean Lenning gets the point there. I thought Tony had a chance at it. Let's see from this angle. Both players playing fairly close throughout this rally here. Almost contact right there. Sean Lenning hits this ball right back at himself, but he hit it hard enough that Tony wouldn't have got to it anyway. Tony didn't complain either. 6-8. Sean's now 2 points away from Tony Healy. He leaves one fat for Tony and he takes care of it. Side out. Wow, Sean, this is an integral point here. Sean really did not want to leave that ball like that.
Very aggressive and confident kill shot there from Tony Healy.
Tony Healy, in all the years that he's been traveling over here to the United States and as a pro player, has never won a pro stop. He's never won a major handball tournament. Now he's just 2 points away from winning the very first one on American soil, and that's over about a 10-year career. Look at that serve right there.
Great reverse there from Tony.
The score is 9-6. Tony Healy 2 points away from winning the $25,000 in cash. That was a serve he'd want back. Sean goes for the shot. Tony dives and kills. Tony gets that ball. He dives for the ball and he gets it in the front wall just 2 inches high. Let's look at the replay here. That is such a clutch shot from Tony Healy. Dives down on one knee, kills that ball in the front wall. Now that sets up a chance at winning his first ever major handball tournament on American soil and $25,000 in cash. 10 serve 6. Going back to that 3-wall Z here. Here's the setup for Tony Healy. He's going to go for it. And Tony passes Sean Lenning and gets it. Tony Healy gets it. $25,000 in cash. The U.S. Open title. The monkey is off his back. Wow. Tony Healy's feeling it right now. The crowd is appreciating it here. Have not seen this type of emotion from the Irishman. Tony Healy. Here it is one more time. Tony Healy gives that Z serve to Sean, and he knows right here that the game is over. Tony Healy winning $25,000 in cash, making his way out to the gallery where his father is standing by and waiting for him. There's the big hug from Jerry Healy. Very happy father right there. All those years of training paying off. The young Tony Healy winning $25,000 in cash.
Since I've been coming here from a junior, US junior, US nationals, and now the Simple Green US Open, to win one of these tournaments is my dream come true. It's just what I've been dreaming about doing all my life. I really wouldn't be passionate about Simple Green. I can't say enough about Simple Green and the Alvarado family in this tournament. Like, they are making my dreams come true, so I just can't thank them enough. Thank you.